Today is Saturday here in Roatan. It is 80 degrees, so we have decided to come to the Botanical Gardens here. I believe it's almost in Sandy Bay. It's not quite in West End. If you're familiar with the island, it is near Anthony's Key. I'm going to walk you through my day.
After acquiring this property, I studied it for a few years and decided it should be for everybody, right? I developed botanical reserves, the only natural reserve on Roatan. It's not a flower garden. You're not going to walk down a row of tulips and back up a row of daffodils. It's its own ecosystem. We have ridges on either side and Carambola Mountain right over there to the west. Look at the size of this leaf. Now, it's one of our many spices here. You can crinkle that up and smell it. Tell me what you think it is. The size is going to fool you. That's oregano. We have an orchid saving program.
So how do you get them to stick to the trees?
Time. That's a good question. This is a palm tree. I didn't realize the orchids grew on palm trees, but it's just about growing anything. And of course we have scientific projects out here. You notice our Carambola weather rock. Many years of research went into that. And we arrived at certain conclusions. Like when rock is dry, it would be sunny. And when the rock is wet, it would be rainy. And if the rock is moving, it would be windy. And if the rock is gone, you might as well get out of Dodge because there might be a hurricane nearby.
So what can you do with those?
Well, they ripen and they'll turn brown, and then you machucar it, which means mash in Spanish, to save the juice, and then you strain it 2 or 3 times so it's drinkable. And you take a tablespoon a day. This is the way a coconut sprouts. You know, you just take the leafy structure off the top of a pineapple and you plant it. Take 18 months to 2 years before you'll see another fruit.
How long has this one been planted for?
Well, that's probably been 4 or 5 months. Did you know that vanilla is a member of the orchid family? A lot of people don't know that. But it is. It has a beautiful orchid flower, and then after the flower comes the vanilla bean, and that's where you get your true extract. It's basil, as you can see.
Wow.
Here's that miniature pineapple.
Oh, he's cute.
And star fruit, of course, is carambola. We call it carambola. I named the garden in honor of this tree and the fruit it produces. So we pretty much got the chocolate market covered around here.
Heading back down the mountain.
Baby steps. Sorry.
Amy's not as graceful.
I am graceful. I'm going slow. Slow is graceful. I'm wearing slick shoes. Not fit for hiking. Did not realize we were hiking a mountain today. I thought we were walking through Botanical Gardens.
Rainforest gardens. Lots of green. And steep hills. So when you come up here, you can either go to the left, which is like going up the back side, go to the right, which is going up the front side. Both take about the same amount of time, but just do one and then the other. Pretty easy trail to follow.
I feel like this trail is moderately easy, but still not easy enough to where if you aren't used to walking up steep hills or walking long distance in general, it might be a bit challenging for you. So you might want to dedicate a full day being here so you can walk around the gardens itself, get a guided tour if you can, and then make your way up the mountain, hang out up there, get some rest, and then make your way back down. It's definitely relaxing walking through here and seeing what like the Caribbean has compared to what you naturally see in the States. For instance, like Minnesota and Colorado, like you don't get these tropical plants like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're getting your pines and all of your big maples and stuff like that, and birch trees, and you don't have these huge paradise trees and flowers and lizards and stuff. It's super cool. Most of the time when we do tours, I get really bored and really kind of annoyed, but I feel like Bill had a lot of really cool information and really cool facts that I learned from, and they were interesting. Like, I wanted to continue talking to him.
Well, he's been here since like 1970, so we probably have a while to talk to him if you want to sit down.
Yeah, when he told us about the, I mean, obviously it's nothing to do with here in Roatan, but the pirates in North Carolina, like, I did not know that. That is extremely intriguing and informative. It makes me want to go vacation there and see this area that they used to do that at. Like, it's mind-boggling, honestly. I always think that pirates may have not been actually as what they say they were back in the day. Because when you see pirates now, they're usually people just floating on a boat. They're not like the pirate, like Jack Sparrow or anything.
You expect them to have like a patch over an eye, one leg, and a hook?
No, I like
Straight out of Peter Pan?
dreads with like maybe some chains hanging off them. I see Jack Sparrow.
What do pirates need chains for? So they can tie people up and sink them to the bottom?
No, so they can attach their watches to, so they know what time it is. Or compass.
They have a gangster chain that they attach their watches to?
A compass.
Oh.
I think that's what Jack Sparrow had on him, was a compass. And then I expect them to have like stuff in their dreads. I don't know. I just think of cool pirates and the cool ships that they have, and that's just what Disney has put in my mind. But when he said that about how the pirates used to be on the coast of North Carolina with their horses, and then they would put a lantern around their neck and then walk them up and down the shores to make boats think that they're other boats, and then they get stuck in the canal. It's too shallow for them, and they go and rob them. That's like genius. When they advertise pirates, I think they're drunk. Drunk people can't come up with shit like that. This is what I imagine the yellow brick road looks like, but yellow.
You say all the best stuff on camera.
We line it up out there. We got the chocolate beans. We roast them in front of the people, then we grind it to one of those meat grinders.
Yep.
You gotta do that 3 or 4 times. And we have them do that. They come from right, they're sitting down, these tables are situated like this, and we have chairs all around them so they can see what's going on. And then they ask for participation. And inevitably, 2 or 3 will raise their hand and they'll go up there. They'll churn the chocolate beans and all of that stuff. Then they heat it, and then they mix it, and they heat it, they add a little sugar, sometimes a little milk, and they heat it and heat it and heat it, and mix it up, and you can see the chocolate. Then we have bananas up there. They can take the bananas and dip it in their own chocolate that they've made, and they eat those. And then the other, we put them in these little trays and put them back in the refrigerator, and by the time they leave, they have chocolate that they made themselves.
That they get to take home?
Yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
souvenir
it's all
or
wrapped
something?
up, ready to take home. Yeah.
So you get a meal while you're here too?
Right, and then their chocolate is in the fridge, and by the time they are finished eating, the chocolate is all wrapped, and it's handed to them, and they get to take their own chocolate back home.
And the dessert.
that?
How long does that usually take to make the chocolate and everything?
Well, they're in here, including the meal and everything, for 2.5 to 3 hours.
Okay, and that's
But
with
they
the...
get a tour of the garden too.
Yeah, that's everything with the tour. That's awesome.
Yeah. They enjoy it. They enjoy it.
I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough of Carambola Gardens. It is a great tour to do here on the island if you're coming in on a cruise ship. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. And if you want to see more information on Roatan, please subscribe.